What's going on, everyone? Trav here with Chaotic Strategies, and let me start off with apologizing about my mini hiatus that I took the last couple weeks. We've got a lot of things going on. COVID-19, back into shutdowns, back into quarantines. Things crazy right now, but we're back at it. We got more videos coming your way. I've been working really hard on trying to get good content for you guys, so that's what the last few weeks have been about, is just building content and getting you guys back up to speed with everything that's been going on. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over kind of everything that has released so far this month among the big three. Again, if you guys seen any of my videos, the big three is always referring to Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic, and Pokemon. We've had a lot of fantastic sets come out among the three this last month, and quite a few not so good ones. So I apologize if this video is a little bit long, but I'm going to be going over everything that came out and how it's affected the market, both for buyers and for sellers. We've had a lot of great changes and things are just really crazy mixed up right now. So I'm going to kind of give my input on both a buyer standpoint and a seller standpoint. So to kick things right off, let's go ahead and jump first off into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. So earlier this month we had Phantom Rage release on the 6th of this month, November 2020. Which was actually really big set, not really a really big set, but a really sought after set. There's a lot of fantastic cards within Phantom Rage. And, you know, as far as the market goes, a lot of those cards were actually really sought after, so that kind of boosted that pack up a little bit. Still, you know, we saw our average cost that we get whenever we have a set release like this, so nothing extraordinary. Market didn't really change too much with the Phantom Rage release. Also, we had the Structure Deck Spirit Charmers that released on the 20th of this month. I didn't really see like a whole lot of positive feedback with Spirit Charmers, but really not a whole lot of negative feedback as well. So, you know, and again, there was really no market change within that portion when that released as well, from what I saw. I mean, there's always going to be changes like on a daily or weekly basis, but nothing, you know, hugely out of proportion. And then also for Yu-Gi-Oh!, one of the big sets that came out as well earlier this month, I believe it was just a week ago, Maximum Gold set that came out as well. I personally was pretty disappointed with Maximum Gold. As far as bang for your buck, you're going to spend $30 on this set. Yes, everything in there, you know, first edition, you get your gold cards. You know, they've got the gold borders, and there's a lot of good cards in there. You know, we saw Cyber Dragon, we saw alternative art for Cyber Dragon Infinity. We got DM. They got a new print with the gold border. Blue Eyes, they got print with the gold border. Red Eyes, you know, so they kind of brought back the three main iconic cards with the gold borders. But again, overall, as far as, you know, prices and stuff go in the market, from what I've seen, Dark Magician, I believe, is the higher price one, at closer to $20 right now, while the other two are around $10 or just under $10. And really, other than that, there wasn't really any big staples that I saw in that deck as far as like a meta player or a tournament player. There just really wasn't much there, so it didn't really like appease me as much as I thought it was going to. I'm not saying that it wasn't a bad set. I just, you know, from past experiences with these gold sets that come out, you know, it's hyped up, and then there's just a massive letdown when they do get released. So for me personally, I still think as of right now, the best thing that came out in 2020 as far as Yu-Gi-Oh! Goes is still the Ten of Lost Memories. I think you get a bigger bang for your buck inside, especially if you're looking to flip those cards, and you get better cards if you're looking to make a deck out of it. There's a lot of iconic cards in there that a lot of people are looking for. You know, Pot of Extravagance got a reprint in that set as well. Now, besides all of that, from what I've seen, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Market is not doing so well. I mean, it's still kind of holding its own, surprisingly, for everything that's been going on, especially since Yu-Gi-Oh! Is primarily driven through competition and through tournaments like YCS and stuff like that. So with a lot of that not going on a physical basis, I'm still really surprised at the value that these cards are holding. Like I said, the market has dropped a little bit for Yu-Gi-Oh!, but surprisingly not that much for everything that's been going on, and I think the online tournaments have been helping keeping that up. So a lot of, you know, with these programs that are out like Dual Book and EDO and stuff like that, You don't have to pay for the cards, everything's already there. But I think it gives people an idea, a broader range on how to build decks, so they're still out searching for those cards for a physical deck. Once this pandemic is back under control and we can start having physical play again, I think we're going to see a small spike within the Yu-Gi-Oh market. So as far as November goes, that's really all the main things that really came out for Yu-Gi-Oh this past month for November 2020. So nothing real extravagant like in prior months. Okay, moving on into Magic the Gathering. Magic is in a very weird place right now from what I've seen as far as the market goes and just kind of everything that's going on with Wizards of the Coast right now in general. Not dogging on them at all. Like I said, I love Magic, I love playing Magic, I love learning about Magic, but it's such a weird thing right now, and especially for me personally, getting new into it, trying to understand it, and everything's just fluctuating so much right now. It's really hard to just get a real tight grasp on what's going on. So to start with, earlier this month we had the Secret Lair Every Dog Has Its Day that released on the 9th of this month, November 2020. From what I saw, very underhyped. I have yet to pick up that Secret Lair and just kind of see what's in it. But from what I've seen as far as like on TCG Player and other online sources that sell these cards and trade these cards, there wasn't much there. You know, from what I saw, there just wasn't, prices weren't extravagant, not a lot of cards that were really sought after as well. Also earlier this month we had Zindakar Rising, the bundle gift edition that dropped on the 13th, and again, I mean, I like Zindakar Rising. I think it's a very fantastic set, but I think this bundle gift edition was worthless. I mean, pretty much they just threw a little bit more stuff in the actual bundle box that I opened up earlier on this channel, so you can check that out as well and kind of see what cards that are in the bundle box. All they did was kind of amp that up and then jump the price up to, I believe it was like $100 for that. So, you get a little bit more cards than what you would normally get in the bundle box, but I think they just tried to do that for the holidays, and I think that was kind of a bust. In my opinion, I think you're just better off buying the bundle box for, I think it's like 30 or 40 bucks right now. I think you get a bigger bang for your buck out of that than you would the bundle gift edition. Also, Commander Legends dropped. That was a huge hype. That dropped on the 20th, and there's a lot of sought after cards coming out of Commander Legends. I mean, this is the first time that Magic has a set specifically designed for Commander gameplay, so you can buy these booster packs and you can kind of pick and choose cards instead of just going out and buying a pre-built Commander deck. One of the big cards that was in that set, or that is in that set, that's really sought after is Jeweled Lotus, of course. It's a highly talked about card right now coming out of that set. So that set really kind of boosted the market as far as a buyer goes. A lot of these cards are sought after, so the sellers are spending a lot of money on this, but on the flip side of that, buyers are buying Commander Legends like in bulk, and then trying to flip it. Well, I mean, once the demand is met for these, everything is going to level off. Those prices are going to drop. I believe it was like a week before the release even came out, the Commander, the Jeweled Lotus that was highly expected to sell for big bucks, I think dropped like 60 or 70% a week before the actual release of Commander Legends. So that's kind of how it goes with Wizards. I mean, they pretty much control their own market from my understanding, so they can kind of get away with doing that stuff. So I'm not saying that the cards in Commander Legends aren't worth it. I think they are. I think they're fantastic cards. There's a lot of great full arts in there, a lot of great mythics in that set. But I think, as of right now, just kind of wait till it tapers off, and you'll probably be able to pick up a lot of that stuff at a lower cost. Anything with Magic, the sealed sets, I think, as a buyer, if you're going to buy these, hang on to a couple of the boxes, keep them sealed, store them away, and I think when everything levels out, we'll start seeing the prices come back up on that as demand decreases for that. Also for Magic the Gathering, we had some Bob Ross cards come out. Those were really cool cards. The only downside with them is that they're full border cards, so they put the Bob Ross picture in there, but it's not a full art. So when you first look at it or take a first glance at it, you think it's just another land card. So, you know, it's still really cool. I'm glad that they gave that shout out to Bob Ross, but I think they could have done him justice by making those cards full art cards, in my opinion. And again, that didn't really fluctuate the market too much. That was just kind of like that's more of like a collector thing. You know, Magic comes out with that stuff from time to time, like they did with the Walking Dead cards. Okay, and then last but not least, we have Pokemon. And guys, let me tell you right now, the Pokemon market is absolutely insane. It is blowing up right now, and it is a fantastically good thing, but a drastically bad thing at the same time, and I'll explain why here in just a minute. So the first thing that we had drop earlier this month was the Drirachi GX collection that dropped on the 4th of this month, November 2020. It wasn't really, you know, big sought after. There's some good cards in there, a lot of reprints, but nothing that was like huge as far as hype go. And then we come to Vivid Voltage. That dropped on the 13th of this month, and Vivid Voltage is still highly talked about. It's a insane set with a lot of insane cards in there as well. Then we also had the Sword and Shield Ultimate Premium, I believe it was, the Ultra Premium or Ultimate Premium Edition, where we had the Zyakon V cards, the metal cards. Just that set is crazy. It's fantastic. It's high priced, but the box that you get and everything that you get in there, you get like the metal counters and metal dice and all that. It's just it's a phenomenal set. So with the Vivid Voltage, and of course last month in September we had the Champions Path Elite Trainer box, and we're just seeing amazing, awesome cards at stupid prices coming out of these. You know, I mean, when the Elite Trainer box for Champions Path came out, you know, everybody's wanting that VMAX Charizard, that shiny Charizard, you know, that secret rare Charizard that was selling and still is selling for hundreds and hundreds of dollars, $500-600 on that. And then, you know, we got this chunky Pikachu that's coming out of Vivid Voltage that's just selling for stupid amounts of money. You know, we're seeing full art and alternative art Pokemon cards that are still selling for 20, 25, 30, 40 bucks. You know, so the Pokemon market has just taken this massive jump within the last, I believe, 60 or 90 days. I mean, it is huge right now. And demand is high and nobody can get this stuff, but Pokemon came out and said that their printers are running 24/7, and sometime in December they're going to release everything, you know, of course right before the holidays, so that way everybody can buy up what they're wanting for the holidays, which is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, that is great. But from what I've seen, you know, on YouTube and just in person and talking to other people and talking to distributors, it's to the point right now where, you know, these distributors are getting applications and applications and applications for new businesses that only want to deal in Pokemon, which is great. That's fantastic, but there's a massive problem with that, because right now the Pokemon market is just building like a giant bubble, just building. Well, at some point that bubble's gonna pop. And when it does, all these guys that are pulling out thousands and thousands of dollars in loans to buy Pokemon sets to try to flip, well, when the demand is met, it's going to level off and drop. And I think they're just going to have problems getting rid of product. You know, I'm afraid a lot of these guys are biting off more than they can chew. They're going to have to liquidate. You know, I hope for the best for all of them, because I think, you know, having card shops and, you know, just game shops in general is fantastic, because that's just what I love. That's a hobby of mine. Absolutely love it. But at the same time, I see the bad side where, you know, I think either at the end of December or at the turn of the first of the year going into 2021, we're going to see that Pokemon market completely just drop off, level off, because demand is met and they're not going to be, you know, as much in demand anymore until the next set comes out. So all these Elite Trainer boxes from Champions Path, all these Ultimate Premium boxes from Sword and Shield, all these Vivid Voltage boxes that these guys are buying up are going to have absolutely nowhere to go, and you're not going to be able to make that investment turn around to work in your favor. So that's one thing that I fear. Again, Pokemon Sealed is a lot like Magic Sealed though. Hang on to it. Buy a couple boxes, hang on to it, you know, a year or two down the road when everybody forgets about it and that demand has gone back up because people are like, oh man, that iconic Charizard or that iconic Pikachu are in those sets and I just cannot get those sets, then you'll be able to get back onto the market and sell those sealed boxes for probably almost double, or at least make a small profit of what you originally paid for them. So that's just kind of how I see things going. You know, I'm not a professional by any means. That's just kind of what I've been watching the last few weeks on how these markets work. And there's trends, and they always will be. It's kind of like following the stock market. You know, you got these trends to follow along. So like I said, that's just my opinion on things that I've seen and that I've witnessed, and that, you know, just watching, you know, other YouTubers that are big sellers and stuff like that, and just kind of, you know, listening and watching to their experiences as well, so that way I can kind of get a good rounded based idea about it. Like I said, I'm not a professional, so by any means, if you have any input on that as well, whether, you know, I'm right or whether I'm wrong, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. You know, if you guys are sellers or even buyers, let me know what you guys think about the market and how it's affecting you, if it's benefiting you in some way or not. You know, for me, it hasn't really affected me too much, but in my defense, I'm kind of a cautious buyer. You know, I don't just jump on the next set that comes in, because I kind of want to see how it does. And I know that when it first gets released, the prices are always a little bit higher because the demand is so high. So I'll wait until the demand drops a little bit, and then I'll pick it up at more of a reasonable, you know, market price. So with that said, guys, that's pretty much kind of just a very quick rundown on everything that's come out between the big three this month. I think there are probably a couple sets that I missed, but they weren't nothing really too big, too extravagant. I just kind of hit on the big sets that were kind of sought after within this last month. So we still have a lot to look forward to going into December. I know there's a lot of great sets between them coming out for December 2 right before the holidays, so we'll have a lot of other great things that we can look forward to for the holidays and gift ideas. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry if it was a little bit long. Just trying to make up for the last couple weeks that I have not been throwing out content. If you did like the video, be sure to hit that like button, comment, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if the market has affected you at all. You don't need to get personal or anything with me. Just let me know, you know, if I'm right or wrong, because there's probably something that I missed or that I overlooked that could probably sway it one way or the other. So I hope you guys had a fantastic Thanksgiving, and always, if you have not checked out TCG Player, be sure to check them out. They are a fantastic site. I mean, they've got everything from trading cards, collectible cards, board games, supplies, dice, storage. They've got it all. We have a link down in the description box below. You can click on that link, take a look at it, shop around, and every click and purchase off of that link helps support this channel. I hope you guys are being safe out there. Be sure to wash your hands, and we'll catch you in the next video.